going on, everybody? We're back. Second upload this week, which is pretty lit, but today we're installing the BMR sway bar relocation kit for the Mustang so I can fit my drag pack on it, because if you don't install these, you cannot fit a 15-inch wheel in the back because the sway bar would be in the way and the rub, and you're not going to be able to do it. So you need this kit. You can get BMR. There's a few other brands that make them, but I went with BMR because I got all BMR suspension already, so that's why I did that. But I'm going to crack this box open and I'm going to show you guys what comes inside. Alright guys, this is what comes in the box. It's really not much, just hardware, a few nuts and bolts, and then the two brackets themselves. So 30 bucks, not bad at all. So then when I put those on, I could put these meaty boys on. Got the welds, but that's why I bought the kit, because you know, once I supercharge the car, these, what do I have on here? Pilot Sports, something like that. Pilot Sport all seasons, they don't hook. For me right now, I spin through second and I'm naturally aspirated, so definitely gonna need those. So let me jack up the car and I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, car's in the air, looking absolutely magnificent since I washed it yesterday. Holy moly. But jack up the car like I did, and then we're going to take the back two wheels off so we can get more access and room to the lower strut bolts and the sway bars. Alright guys, wheels are off. Next thing you got to do is disconnect the bottom sway bar bolts, which are right here. One there, one up top. They're a 15mm bolt. You got to do that on both sides, so then you have access to the lower shock bolt over there. So I'm going to take these 4 bolts out and I'll be back. Alright guys, I actually found it easier to take out the shock bolt first with a long 15, and then get the sway bar swung down. You guys also want to support the rear diff / rear suspension, because when you're taking that bolt out, see how it's sagging a little bit? That's because the suspension's still like under pressure, so jack the diff up a little bit to ease the tension, and then you'll be able to slide that bolt right out. Alright guys, once you pull that sway bar back, you gotta take that out first, then the sway bar comes back, and then the bolts that go in here that hold the sway bar, the stock sway bar. Oops, sorry. There's one there, one up top. Take these out because you're not gonna need them anymore. The relocation kit comes with new hardware, so I mean, you can keep these, I guess, but there's no use for them anymore. So I did this side, took these out, run over that side. I'm gonna take those out, and then I'll get back to you guys.
Brackets.
All right, guys, now everything's disassembled. You take the bracket, this square hole in the middle lines up in this big one over here, and then the one on the bottom lines up with that one right there. So it goes like that, and then use that as a template to cut this lower piece with like a Dremel or something. So yeah, I'm gonna get these bolts in, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so that's what it's supposed to look like right there. So now you take these, the longer ones, and you reattach the sway bar. You swing it up like that. Use the old U-clamp or whatever you want to call this. Swing it up, clamp it back on, and then after you clamp the sway bar back on, then you're going to cut this. Alright guys, both sides are done now. Now we're reinstalling the shock. So what you want to do with this, you have to take off the end links so you could swing the sway bar down, so you could get the bolt from back there, slide it back into there. Because if you don't take the bolts out, you're not going to be able to slide it in because there's no space. So take the end links down, slide the bolts in, tighten it up, torque it down, and then put the sway bar bolts back in, or the end link bolts, my bad. Alright guys, we just got done cutting. That's what it looks like from that side over here. And we test fit the wheel and it fits perfect. So we're gonna move to the other side.
It's a little bit.
All right, guys. Everything's bolted back up. We just put the end links back in, torqued them down, torqued that down. Everything's put back together. So now we gotta put the wheels back on and hopefully they fit. Because if my measurements were right, they're not gonna fit, but hopefully I'm wrong. So, hold on. All right, folks, the car is right there. I don't know if you guys are ready, but this shit looks insane. Hold on, let me move this out of the way. But holy moly. Oh my goodness gracious me. Holy. Wow. Wow. But I guess my calculations were wrong because I got even more ride height than I had with my stock, or not my stock, my everyday wheels. But it looks insane. I'm ready to go kill some Hellcats.